Have you already checked out the Runway agent? No? Then it's probably time, because this video AI workflow tool is honestly pretty impressive. What you're about to see was created more or less with just a bit of prep work and a pretty effective chat with the AI.
Allow me to introduce, these are my colleagues from the Film Academy. Enjoy the show.
What are you doing, man?
Such a tasty potato salad, perfect for the rough sea and tough guys.
Slow day, eh? Not a bite all morning.
Finally!
Afternoon. So, mate, did anything bite today?
What lousy weather here. Not a thing.
If you know me, you know I'm usually not a big fan of so-called all-in-one solutions, especially when it comes to video. Over the past few months, I've tested a lot of them, and quite often the platform drifts away from its big promise and delivers something completely different from what you had in mind, even if your instructions were pretty clear. And let's not even get started on consistency. At some point, that just gets a bit frustrating. So, the question is the Runway agent any better? And for everyone who's now saying, but there's already the Google Flow agent. Yep, true. And I'll take a look at that next. But this one here is about the Runway agent. So let's jump straight into the platform so you can actually see what this feature can do. Go to the Runway homepage and click Try Runway in the top right to enter the system. Usually, you'll land on this page. On the far left, you'll see the main tools. In the column right next to it, the platform already greets us with a friendly little question about what we want to do today. If you want to look around first, definitely take a moment. There's a lot in here for working with images and video. The interface is clean, pretty straightforward, and very user-friendly. But our main focus is on the left-hand navigation. Right in the middle, you'll find Agent. Click on it, and we move into an interface that feels pretty familiar if you've used any regular LLM like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, or Claude. And honestly, that's basically what it is. In the bottom right, you can see it clearly. What used to be chat mode is now agent mode. If you want to get a feel for how the Runway team imagines people working with this mode, just click one of the examples at the bottom. The chat window then shows the stored prompt and a bunch of related settings. And that's already pretty convincing, because apparently it's enough to describe things very briefly, and the AI seems able to carve that into something pretty cool. If you want to see what this input created, just hover over the image at the bottom and let the video play. So far so good, but now we want to create something ourselves. So let's go back and open the new agent chat. And here we see, generate an edited multi-shot video with a simple conversation. So that already tells us what kind of system is built into this thing, the multi-shot feature. And by the way, we already saw that feature earlier. You could actually use it without agent mode as well. Just click Apps in the main navigation on the left, then select the first option under Video. Let me quickly do that. The downside is, nobody is talking to you here. You're basically on your own, and you can shape the different settings either through auto or custom. But this is something I've really come to appreciate over the last few days. When you can ask the AI a question while you're working, and you actually get a useful answer back, that's pretty neat. So let's leave this again and head back to agent mode. Next, it's your turn to describe your idea with one or more images and a matching bit of text. To do that, click into the input field where it says, Describe your video. A new interface opens right away, and it guides you through the story in a pretty intuitive way. I have to admit, compared to quite a few other platforms, this is actually really strong. You'll see what I mean in a second. Let me paste in a prompt for a video I've already created. It's about a horse, a seagull, a shark, and a pirate ship. Now watch what the Runway agent does. It reads the text and picks up the main elements. So basically, all you have to do now is provide images for those elements. At this stage, it doesn't really matter whether you upload just one matching image or already upload everything you want to use for the film. You can always add the rest later. I usually only use one image here. If you upload more, Runway's AI might start modifying your images and turn them into something you really don't want. And on top of that, it immediately creates costs because it seems to activate Nano Banana Pro, GPT Image 2, or some other image AI right away, and that's exactly what I don't want here. Next, we can choose one of the presets for tone or style. Right now, the options range from bold to luxury, or you can just type in your own entry. I'll use Epic here. You can also remove it again by clicking the little X. Below that, we still have the settings. This is where you define the aspect ratio, duration, resolution, and audio. When it comes to length and resolution, it's pretty obvious that higher settings also mean higher costs, so definitely keep an eye on that. The audio part confused me a bit at first because I didn't want any music, and yet, somehow, there is always music included. But no worries. In the end, the video inside the agent will have music underneath it, but there is also a way to download the video without the music, and honestly, that is absolutely necessary. I tried uploading one of these videos to another platform, and the upload was blocked with the message, copyrighted music, which was actually fine because I don't want that music anyway. The AI-generated music in there is, at best, background noodling, and that's me being polite. So now everything is set up. Click Create My Outline. Now here's what happens next. A bit like in Google's NotebookLM, you'll notice a short summary on the right inside the chat documentation, and below that you'll find the settings. Under that, in the Visual References section, all the images you uploaded earlier will show up. Since I only uploaded one image, that's the only one you can see here. The first thing you need to do is describe that first image correctly. In my case, it's the horse, and it's a character, so everything is already set up correctly. If I now want to add the next images, I just click the small plus icon. That opens the Assets interface. If you haven't uploaded your images yet, you can do that with the drag and drop file button on the left. If the image is already inside the system, just double-click it. In my case, that's the seagull, so I name this reference Seagull, and of course it's also a character. You need to set that under Type. Then click Create. I do the same thing with the rest of the images I need. One thing to keep in mind, for characters, you should always use a 6-image grid that shows the matching views of the figure. The same idea also applies to props like this boat. In that case, I set the type to prop. And finally, of course, we still need the background. For that, I choose the ocean and label it as environment. And just like that, all my images are now in place.
Now let's look over to the left. This is where we find the agent chat interface. You can already see the images we added, your project prompt, and underneath that, the first response from the Runway agent. From here, you can start talking to the AI. Let's simply ask, do you need anything else? If not, please create the story beats for the 15-second film. Usually, the AI starts working right away. The result shows up on the right. The so-called story beats start building themselves. And if you think in terms of multi-shot video, these are basically the individual sequences that Runway creates with its onboard video AI platforms. Whether that's Happy Horse, Seedance 2.0, Kling 3.0, Runway Gen 4.5, or something else, the user doesn't get to know. Read through the story beats and keep giving the AI feedback through the input field in the bottom left until everything feels right. Once you think it's good to go, just click the outlined Generate Video button in the bottom left. But always keep an eye on the cost, because this can get expensive really fast. Just as an example, if you buy credits manually, 1,000 credits cost $10. A 15-second film uses around 600 credits, so that's about $6, and it takes roughly 6 minutes to generate. A 30-second film uses almost 1,200 credits, so that's about $12,
and it takes around 14 minutes until it's finished. To check how many credits your current setup will use, click the field in the top right where your remaining credits are shown.
By the way, you can reopen your agent project at any time and tweak more settings. Just go to the agent interface and choose one of the tiles shown at the bottom. That takes you straight back into the project, with the full chat on the left and the storyboard on the right. If you've already generated a video for that project, you can switch between outline and video in the top left. And the nice thing is, there's also a kind of mini film editor in here, where you can grab individual sequences, shorten them, or move them around. Just make sure the sound and video still stay in sync. To download the video, click Download in the top right. Earlier, I mentioned that every video somehow gets this pretty weird music added underneath it, and sometimes it's so loud that you can barely understand what's being said. Not great, and definitely something Runway needs to improve. If you want the video clips without music, here's what you do. Move your mouse to Recent Sessions in the top left and click on a project where you created the video through the Runway agent. On the page that opens, you'll see the following. First, the video with the speaker and the sound effects, and underneath that, the music track. If you want, you can also upscale the video to 4K here. That's the way to do it if you have a 15-second clip. With a 30-second clip, things get a bit trickier. First, go back to Recent Sessions in the top left and click the Matching Agent project. What you'll see now are two video clips sitting next to each other. Those are the ones you need. The music track is listed separately underneath again. Here you can clearly see what's actually behind the creation of a 30-second video, two 15-second videos. To change the view, click the window icon in the top right. Now all the videos are shown next to each other in a smaller view. And if you're paying attention, you'll notice right away that you can now access the two individual videos much faster. Now, just a quick look at how I made one of these videos. Step 1 is, as always, ChatGPT. Tell the AI what you have in mind and ask it for a prompt to create the base images. With that prompt, I first went into Midjourney, because when it comes to image quality and aesthetics, it's still absolutely top tier, and created these characters, the horse, the shark, and the seagull, each cut out on a white background in an anthropomorphic style. And with that, I had my main characters. Then pick one of them, go back to ChatGPT, and ask it to write a prompt for Nano Pro that turns this character into a 6-image grid with matching views. The result in Google Flow looks like this, again for the horse, the shark, and the seagull. If you also want a ship, like I did, you follow the same route. Base image through Midjourney so the style stays consistent, and then the grid through Nano Pro. The only thing missing now is the ocean image with the fortress, and that again is a matching Midjourney image in the same style. And that's where the loop closes. From here, it's basically what I just showed you. Take these images, add your short description, upload everything into the Runway agent, and let it create the story beats. Then keep talking to the AI in agent chat mode until the setup works, and click Generate. And after that, on to the next scenes. The images you see here in Google Flow are the base images for the other video clips from the beginning of this tutorial. The loop of ChatGPT, Midjourney, Nano Pro, and Runway agent is a really strong workflow. And Runway's agent is a pretty great concept. It works, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for listening. Your channel, AI. Now you know.